Do not open the door for yourself. This is Aries Stories, stories for the quiet hours when ordinary nights become impossible, and sometimes the person waiting outside is the one you trust most. Tonight's story is called The Voice on the Emergency Broadcast. At 2:11 in the morning, every phone in the city received the same emergency alert. The sound woke me instantly. That sharp, electronic tone, too loud, too sudden, the kind that makes your heart start racing before you even know why. I reached for my phone. The screen glowed against the darkness. There was no weather warning, no evacuation notice, no explanation. Only one sentence. Do not open the door for yourself. I stared at it. Then I read it again. Do not open the door for yourself. At first, I thought it was a mistake. Maybe someone had hacked the emergency system and maybe it was a test. A strange message, sent by accident. Then my phone vibrated again. A second alert appeared. Remain inside. Do not respond to any voice outside. I sat up. My apartment was silent. The refrigerator hummed in the kitchen. Rain tapped softly against the windows. Cars moved somewhere far below. Everything felt normal. Almost. Then 3 knocks came from the hallway. Slow. Even. Knock. 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 I stopped breathing. The apartment door was only a few feet from my bed. I stared toward it. The hallway beyond my bedroom was dark. Another knock. Then a voice. My voice. Please. The sound was quiet, unsteady. Don't listen to what it tells you. Every thought disappeared. I didn't move. The voice came again. Please open the door. It sounded exactly like me. Not similar, not close, and exactly. The same low tone, the same pauses, even the slight roughness in my voice when I was tired. I looked down at my phone. The emergency alert was still there. Do not open the door for yourself. My hands began to shake. Then the voice outside whispered, I know you're awake. The hallway light flickered. I pulled the blanket closer. This had to be a prank. Someone was using a recording. Someone had followed me home. Someone knew where I lived. But then the voice said something no stranger could know. You still keep the blue photograph in the kitchen drawer. My stomach tightened. The photograph. I hadn't looked at it in years. It was the last picture taken of my father. I kept it hidden. Because seeing it hurt. No one knew where it was. No one except me. I know why you hide it, the voice continued. I closed my eyes. Stop. The voice became quieter. I remember the hospital. My heart stopped. You told him you'd come back. I stood so quickly, the room spun. Stop. You promised. Stop. Silence. For several seconds. There was nothing. Then the voice spoke again, and this time it sounded afraid. You remember that too? I stared at the door. Something cold moved through me. The voice wasn't trying to scare me. It sounded confused, as though it had expected me to remember something else. Then my phone vibrated. A third emergency alert appeared. The voice may use personal memories. Memories do not prove identity. I read the words slowly. Memories do not prove identity. Another knock came from the door, but this time it wasn't my voice. It was my neighbor. Are you awake? I recognized him immediately. Mr. Bell, the man who lived across the hall. Please, he said. I don't know what's happening. I stepped toward the bedroom door. Then my phone vibrated again. Do not open the door for anyone. I froze. Mr. Bell knocked harder. Please! His voice cracked. I saw myself outside. The hallway went silent. Then my voice spoke again. You shouldn't listen to him. I backed away. The voice was no longer directly outside my apartment. It sounded farther down the hallway. Mr. Bell opened his door, it said. I looked toward the entrance. What happened? No answer. Then my voice whispered, someone came out. The rain grew heavier. For the next hour, the city became strangely quiet. No traffic, no sirens, no voices, only the occasional sound of doors opening somewhere in the building, then closing again. I stayed in my bedroom. I kept the lights off. I watched the emergency alerts. More messages appeared. Do not look through windows. Do not answer your own voice. If you have already spoken to it, remain calm. Then, do not ask which one of you is real. That last message frightened me more than anything else, because until then, I had assumed the answer was obvious. I was inside. The other version was outside. I was real. It wasn't.